Hi everyone, Lisa here with Dynamic Movement 180, bringing you a little short segment talking about curls for strengthening and why it is better to do them with a controlled articular rotation or CARS as a warm-up. So this is your basic curl, right? We're bringing the weight toward our body and we are very intensely working out one particular muscle. And even though the elbow joint is involved, we're not really working out the chain of muscles that leads from our wrist into the elbow, even into the shoulders, which can cause, if you're doing these with heavy weights, and if you've got something like arthritis like me, usually after a couple curls, you put the weights down and whew, you feel it. And the next morning, I know I do, I feel it in my wrists. So I don't truthfully do a lot of curls with heavy weights anymore because it does hurt my arthritis. But you don't have to have arthritis for it to hurt the wrist, maybe even into the elbow, into the shoulder. So one thing to kind of combat it, because if you do like doing curls for the biceps, it's a really great bicep strengthener. But there is something that you can do to warm up the wrists to get them a little bit more flexible and to really get the whole chain of muscles up and down the arm into the elbow and into the wrists. So we call it controlled, again, controlled articular rotation. So if you stand with your hands straight, elbows toward the body, no weights in the hand, we're just going to lift and we're going to rotate. And then we're going to turn and push. You're going to imagine, you're going to have to do an imaginary like weight resistance when you both lift, rotate, and then push. And that pushing down is strengthening the whole chain of muscles as well. Now this has to come from the pinky. It can't just be flipping the wrist. It's not just a flip. It's controlled, so we lift. We're nice and tall. We're thinking about our posture as we push down. And then again, from the pinky, rotate, turn, and lift. Because that's what our elbow was meant to do. Our elbow was meant to rotate. Okay, and again, you let the pinky be your guide and lift. Now this looks all pretty easy, but with that imaginary weight resistance, it actually becomes more an eccentric exercise, meaning that we're going away from the body, kind of lengthening and stretching and strengthening, and then bringing the arms up. Now, if after you do these a couple times, if you're feeling good, you do them a couple days, then maybe start adding some light weight to it, not heavy right away. And again, you're holding onto the weight, we're going to lift up. We're just going to do a little rotation. So they have to be light enough. You can even use cans of soup. That's a good resistance weight. This is very strengthening for the whole chain of muscles to gain strength in the shoulders, into the elbows, into the wrists, and into the biceps. And I promise you, these will feel a whole lot better than really pumping heavy weights in a curl. But again, if you like to do that, feel free, do them. If you love it, do it. What I love is feeling really good after an exercise. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.